Now then, hobbyists.
In a few weeks, schools will break up for the summer, where kids get 6 weeks or more of dossing around. I think it's too long, as when you start work, you are lucky to get 2 weeks leave. And when you do, you are made to feel like Bob Cratchit asking for another piece of coal to be put on the fire. There are problems though with this long summer holiday, where you dream of playing out with your mates and making the most of the longer summer days. In reality, you would spend a couple of weeks at your grandma's because parents have to work, and that is the reality of things, unless you're a teacher who also gets 6 weeks off. Also, the time that you do spend at your nan's is usually different weeks than when your friends are spending time at their grandparents'. The bigger issue is though, especially here in the UK, is the weather. It rains a lot, so you can't even go out if you wanted to. This would mean that you'd have to stay in and tend to watch the television. TV stations would usually run cheap programming that they've bought in because it's only kids watching. One of these programs that they always seem to air during school holidays was Mission Impossible. Originally, this was made in the 60s about the Cold War, so it was an obvious thing to play to a load of bored kids in the 1980s. I remember the music, as it had a very unusual time format, and usually there was a message that self-destructed, maybe the odd disguise, and usually a few people sat in a van. The TV series was very different to the films that we have these days, featuring a pint-sized Tom Cruise who brings Scientology and orthodontics to the not-so-free world. The point is that considering that these were supposed to be missions that were considered impossible, it was in reality possible. On this subject, the Tamiya Holiday Buggy with its non-paintable shell, where we were told it was impossible to paint, well, the chief engineer has been able to paint it. Let's head over to him to see how he did this, and I think that he is getting his childhood confused with Gleaming the Cube.
Tamiya Holiday Buggy. Really impressed. I like this one. So with this one, I was thinking about the paint job and decals and decided to go with a Californian beach buggy / skater design. Now, back in the 90s, I enjoyed skating, brought back a lot of memories. So with this one, thought the orange, Tamiya orange, fitted really well. Painted up quite well really. The unpaintable shell wasn't too bad. I gave it a good scrub, good clean up, a light sanding. Then I put on a good undercoat, couple of coats, and then put on the TS orange, which has come out really nice. Looks good. And then the decals, got those online and went back to me skateboarding days. Really happy with this. On the side, as you can see, skateboards instead of gas cans. I was made up with that. So they're bolted on so we don't lose those when we're out and about. Also, on the bottom, as in true skateboard fashion, we've got stickers on the deck. How cool's that? Runs really well. With this one, let's have a look. Really good build. I enjoyed this one. Really like the Holiday Buggy. Great vehicle. So in here we've got a 25 kg servo, got the Ghoul RC radio gear and Hobbywing ESC. And then motor-wise, this one, I've put in the Tamiya GT Tuned that used to be in the Blitzer Beetle. Runs really well. I've had some fun with it already. It's a great little chassis. With this one, the shocks, I must admit, aren't great in the kit, so I'm going to upgrade those. And I think that'll be the only upgrade really that'll be on this vehicle, unless anything breaks at any point. But like I say, it goes really well. Quite a nippy little vehicle. But we'll take her out for the first run and see how she performs. I must admit, the Tamiya GT Tuned Motor, not one of my favourites. I don't actually think it's got amazing power, but it does quite well, so maybe the motor will be getting swapped out at some point on this. Quite a heavy chassis with this one, and it is really nice. I'm impressed. I like it. Really quick to put together, really quick. But like I said, the shell and the paint job I'm made up with. I think it looks really good in the orange. And then I just went crazy with the stickers because I like the stickers. So it's just something different. Just use my imagination a little bit on that. Come out really well. So let's take her for a run.
So you don't miss out on further videos and similar nonsense, please like, feel free to comment, definitely subscribe, and press that bell-shaped thingy to be woken up at all hours for further content. But for now, that's your lot.